welcome back to my channel, guys. Welcome back to my channel, guys.
Like a summer breeze, running through my head.
Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a few revision websites, videos, online things to help you remember stuff for GCSEs. My first exam is in 8 days, 9 days, something like that. I'm scared. Obviously, we are at the point where it's serious revision right now and there's no time to really mess about. However, a lot of the time, by hardcore revision, we think books in front of you, pen, paper, like any distractions cut out. We just need to look at our revision guide, we need to write down as much as we can. That's not really how you should revise all the time. I'm not saying that you shouldn't revise like that, because I generally do revise like that. I make flashcards, I write stuff down, I do practice papers, but I feel like you do need to mix it up. So I do feel like giving a bit of variety to your revision will not only make it a bit less boring, it will actually help you remember things. So the first one is lit charts. If you watched my study with me, my last one, I shared that I did these posters for themes on Macbeth, and I used this thing called Lit Chart, and basically it's this site that shows you everything about that book but in the themes. Not only does it give you a summary of the text, context, themes, but it also does this really cool thing where it shows you how much of that theme comes up in each act and scene, and then it gives you kind of an analysis as well, so you're kind of learning and doing exam practice at the same time. Sometimes they give me a lot of inspiration. I'm like, I can expand on that, so I actually do expand on it, and it kind of gets my brain working a little bit. Another thing for English that I use is SparkNotes. I feel like a lot of people have heard of this because it is really good. It does do translations for Shakespeare text, so obviously I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Sometimes I look at an extract of Macbeth and I think, oh my gosh, what is this even telling me? I have no clue. But this does really help you. Obviously you're going to have to know the actual, Shakespearean language with it, because in the actual real thing you're not going to have translations. But in terms of actually just revising the text, just basically, I know our exam is really close, but a lot of the time I haven't anyway. I have not looked at the whole Macbeth book. I really should start, but I have an RS exam in 9 days. But what I'm trying to say is it will help you actually understand the text a little bit more, because I feel like just going in it expecting yourself to understand everything that it's saying is kind of impossible. Don't fully rely on the translations, but if you actually just use it to get a grip of what it's trying to tell you, then you can probably expand and do harder revision. And not only it does that, it actually does the modern text. I'm not sure if it does all of them. I know it does Lord of the Flies, which is the book I'm studying for modern text, the one that goes with poetry, and that is really helpful. So it does the context and it does some analysis, which is really good, and you can keep those sentences for your own revision and for your actual essays if it, that theme comes up. Because sometimes I find like a lot of websites are just facts, and then you end up just writing facts in your essay, which is not what they want. They don't want you to tell the story to them. They want you to actually give some analysis. They want something a bit original, and that's not testing your English skills. That's just testing your memory, even though I feel like every GCSE revision is memory, but yeah. So for this video, I'm working with Seneca, which is a revision website specifically for GCSEs. As you see in a lot of websites, it's for everything. And I feel like because it's targeted at GCSE students, you're obviously going to get the most out of it, because they're constantly working on making their website better for our age range and our qualifications. So they have like almost every subject on there. Basically it's designed for you to learn 2 times faster, and I can actually say it works. So it comes up with a presentation that talks you through the specific subjects, so it actually breaks it down. Say for example you're in cell biology, and it breaks it down into individual parts of cell biology, so it's not just overwhelming, because sometimes I find with my revision guide it's just all in my face and I don't really know how to even comprehend what it's telling me. So I find this really simple, because you can actually go through what your weaknesses are, and then it gives you a test after, and you fill in obviously what you know and what you don't. And Even though it is very simple, I do think that it works because I find a lot of the time with revision guides and textbooks and everything, it is just so much information, so much you're not even going to remember it. And I like that it's interactive and it's not just like a web page where I just read through it and then write down notes, because that's almost the same as copying from a revision guide. You might as well just print it and look at it. So I definitely recommend you guys check that out. So if you've never heard of Mr. Bruff, I definitely recommend you check him out. He does English revision for both language and literature. He goes through each question on the language paper, which is what I feel like helped me the most, because I never knew how to even structure the questions, but he really does help. It's simple enough that anyone can understand what he's saying, and he's not boring. Genuinely, I've learned so much from him. So if you have never heard of him, I definitely recommend before your English exams, have a look at his videos, make some notes on it. The more you look at those videos and the more you go through your notes, you will get something out of it. Leading on from this, videos really are beneficial. I know some of you don't want to look at videos, you just want to look at the textbook. But if you're stuck on something, you don't want to just open a textbook and see all of these words written down. You just want a video that maybe has some characters, some cartoons in there. Just really summarize information just to get you to get your brain going a little bit. You don't really want to jump right into the hard stuff, which is what a lot of textbooks and revision guides do. You want to just get the core information that you can build up on it. Last but not least, but possibly least, I'd say bite size. I don't use it that much. Sometimes they have good videos on there. You can take their quizzes, anything. If you don't have a revision guide or you just need some extra information that isn't in your revision guide, definitely just have a look on there. I would say that it is quite simple, a lot of the stuff that it gives you. So I hope this video has helped you and given you some resources to use in these next couple of weeks of revision. I really do hope your revision is going well. I know some of you may have started exams already, some practical ones, but I don't know next time I'm going to see you. I don't know if you may have already started your exams by the time I do a next video. If I don't see you before then, I wish you a really good luck on your exams. Keep going, keep being motivated, and after you can just have the best summer ever. I will see you guys next time.
Yeah, you're like a summer breeze.